They say summer is the time to live in Chicago. Well, that's extended into autumn as we are ready to roll under blue skies at Soldier Field. Today we've got a Week 8 matchup on tap here, as it'll be the Tampa Bay Buccaneers taking on the Chicago Bears. With Charles Davis, I'm Brandon Gaudin. And Charles, you look at this Bears team entering play. They come in on a pretty good roll here, winners of 3 straight. On the visiting sideline, their head coach. His guys playing well, off to a solid 5-2 start. On the other side, the head coach of the home team. His guys ready to show out in front of the home fans as they try to send them home happy at the end of this one.
Cairo Santos to kick off for Chicago.
Lurching closer toward the midway point of this NFL season, and we're underway on EA Sports. This to the back of the landing zone. He'll return it from the 1. And makes it across the 20 as his guys will set up shop at the 23-yard line. So out come the Bucs now for their first drive. Leading them out is the Austin, Texas native at quarterback. It's Baker Mayfield.
And the numbers were not pretty. I mean, they don't look right. When you throw 2 interceptions, no touchdown passes, there's no way to really make that work. But I thought there were a lot of positives in watching his game tape. I think he's close to putting out a good performance. Let's see if he can flip those numbers around in this game. And, of course, rally his team to a win.
That'll go for a gain of 7. And that'll bring up second down. This defense for the Bears, they played extremely well last week in that win over Green Bay.
No matter what coverage was called, they were right in the hip pockets of the receivers all game long. Step for step, running their routes with them. Turned out they were right there every time the ball was in the air, and they came away with 5 interceptions in that one.
They go play action. Mayfield to the left side. He gets this one to Ibuka. And past the 40 before he's out of bounds. That's good for a Buccaneer first, a pickup of 12 yards.
41-yard line.
Done. 180.
Here's a give to Bigsby. And not much there at all. Maybe a yard up to the 43. You look at this Bears defense. They come into this one down at the 27th position in the league, Charles, against the run.
One thing you do know they'll be fired up because they're facing a top 5 rushing attack. And even if they have early success against them, they got to remember they got to sustain it because teams that are top 5, they don't stop running the ball if they don't get things done early.
I think defensively you're okay with that. Here in the first quarter, he's going to get some catches, but they rallied to him quickly.
And that's what you count on, and I like what you just said. First quarter, can you do it all game long? They catch it, you tackle them, they go down on the spot. Because when you're able to do that, you don't give up big chunks of yardage after the catch, now you put the offense in a position where every series they have to work hard to pick up first downs, and you tend to stall them out when you do that.
8 yards there on a first down.
First and 10 at the 43-yard line.
Well, on third down, he wanted to go to one of his most dependable targets, and that's who he found, his tight end there, to pick up the first, Charles.
And you used the proper word there, dependable, and sometimes spectacular, because tight ends nowadays, they can do it all. But they're the guys you trust, especially across the middle of the field where there's traffic. He delivers, and they pick up nice yardage.
And he is met in his tracks behind the line of scrimmage. 2 yards the loss, second and 12.
Part of their struggles last week was getting these negative plays on first and second down. That's something they have to be wary of as this game continues.
From the shotgun, it's Mayfield. A quick throw there is incomplete. That his first incompletion after a 4-for-4 start.
Yeah, but they shouldn't back off from what they're doing. I like the play calling right out of the gate. I like the tone that they're setting. Keep going in that direction.
Mayfield now. He's going to loft one deep left side here. And this is caught inside the 5. They're able to convert on third down, and that sets up a first and goal.
It's a pickup of 44 yards. That's another Buccaneers first down. First and goal, Tampa Bay.
And this offense has come out swinging here in the early going. They pick up a nice chunk on that pitch and catch. And the two of them have this offense moving in the right direction to start this game.
Bigsby is into the end zone for a Tampa Bay touchdown. Well, they move the ball down the field through the air, Charles, and then finally they get the running game involved, and it works to perfection. Touchdown.
And, partner, I kept waiting for that running game to come into play, and actually saved it until the very end. Touchdown goes on his stat sheet, but you and I both know, and he knows as well, his teammates airing it out made this a successful drive.
The extra point by McLaughlin is up and good, and it's now a 7-0 game.
Bears nothing.
Following the touchdown, here's McLaughlin to kick off. Well, a dangerous return man showing it here. So here now the Bears offense for their first drive of the game. And they'll be led out by their third-year quarterback.
And what a performance in his last game. A couple of touchdown passes, that was positive.
But more than 2 interceptions.
Yeah, that's not what he's looking for. What did Vince Lombardi say, though? Winning isn't everything.
It's the only thing.
And that's what he hangs his hat on after last week's game.
And some room to work. And all the way down to the 22-yard line. A huge play there for Chicago. 45 yards. Right back to him on first down. And he will lose yardage here back at the 23-yard line. The defense showing some anger after giving up the big play. This time they'll lose 1 or 2. Looking at a 2nd and 11 now after the loss. Throwing is Williams. This throw caught right around the 6. And he doesn't quite make it, taking it within an eyelash. Dropped at the 1.
But they're certainly not shied away from throwing the football as they've leaned on their quarterback to start this game. 4 straight passes right out of the gate, with that last one earning them a new set of downs.
So 3 plays, already first and goal, and they are wasting little time. They'll try to run this one in. Nothing doing there. They're going to wind up holding him at the 2. No gain there, and it's going to set up 2nd and goal.
I don't know about you, Brandon, but I often think to myself, in these situations, I want a back who can create his own space, who can break tackles, and in a sense, become his own blocker. We don't have that guy in the game right now.
2nd and goal, and they will try again from the 2-yard line. Swift will score. Touchdown, Chicago.
This has a feeling of a back-and-forth game, and we've seen that in evidence already with each of these teams' opening drives. This is what you call a quick answer, as they go down the field in no time flat and finish with a touchdown run.
Cairo Santos on to try the extra point. It's up and good. So these teams match touchdowns here in the first quarter, and we're tied 7-7. The drive summary that time, 5 plays. And it's culminated by a 2-yard touchdown run.
Cairo Santos to kick off for Chicago.
Each team's had it. Each team has scored. 7-7 here as the kick's away. This taken in right around the goal line. And beyond the 20, but not by much. In fact, just a yard pass there to the 21. The Bucs offense set to begin their next possession.
This drive here beginning probably with a pair of motivated grooves. Remember, the offense scored a touchdown. And their last time out looking to repeat that in Charles' defense. They were very frustrated after giving up 6 the last time on the field.
And frankly, it's just a battle of wills in a lot of ways because you know they're both motivated. They both game plan for this drive, and they both have specific outcomes in mind. To me, it just comes down to who can execute better and which side can step up and assert its will over the other.
180.
Here's Mayfield. And that'll be incomplete. Took a pretty good shot as he tried to pull that one in. Couldn't hang on, third down.
And I think they'd be well served to take that type of a physical approach against him the rest of the game. He's had his way so far, but on that last one, that worked quite well for the defense.
They head to the line facing a 3rd and 7 following the incompletion on 2nd down. Mayfield to throw it. And that is incomplete. Oh, he had a defender right there with him to force that to the ground. And 4th down now coming up.
Partner, we've got ourselves a ball game, and those guys on defense, they came to play. Slipped up on their first series, but they're definitely settling in now and letting it be known that points won't come so easy again.
Here's Daniel Whelan on now to punt.
He steps into this one, and this is a rocket. Returnable for Thomas.
A nice punt, but a good run back as well at 13 yards.
And the Bears take over.
The Bears offense led by their running back headed out for the 2nd possession. And as we check out the NFL leaders in rushing touchdowns coming into the weekend, see a familiar name there near the top of the leaderboard, currently 2nd in that category.
Yaya Diaby in there to get him, and that is sack number 6 now for him on the year. Up the middle they go. Luke. And he'll get it up near the 35, right at the 34 here.
59 yards rushing for him now to this point.
That's a really nice job by them picking up the run blitz and detecting it and blocking it and turning it into a nice run. And a lot of times you think if you blitz a running play, you're going to smother it. But a lot of the blitzers, they come in a little bit high. They don't have great leverage, and they're easily blocked and turned to the side.
Call it no gain there, and it leads to a 4th down.
It's 4th down.
And the big fella stuffed that one up in a big way. I think doubling him has to be a priority because you can't move up to the next level if you don't take care of him first.
They'll go. Here's Williams.
And it's incomplete. They cannot convert, and they turn it over. Boy, a curious decision to go for it. Doesn't pan out. And the Bucs are going to take over with excellent field position to boot. And it's a short one here, complete to his tight end. And brought down, but not before they're inside the 25. It's a gain of 11, and the Bucs have a 1st down.
And what a nice example there of a tight end doing exactly what he needs to do. How about how he worked his way to the outside, made sure he secured the catch, and then anything after that, we count that as a bonus. And indeed, he gets enough for the 1st down.
And he's into the end zone for a temporary touchdown.
Tank Bigsby, his 2nd rushing touchdown on the year.
And the Bucs have taken the lead.
So remember now, this was all set up by the stop defensively on 4th down. That's what got him this great field position. And then 2 plays later, they're already in the end zone.
Yeah, partner, funny how it works like that, huh? That's a momentum swing amusement park style. Your defense comes off the field, bouncing, grooving, they're fired up, and it carries over to the other side of the ball.
Extra point by McLaughlin is up and good. And that makes the score 14-7. Following the touchdown, here's McLaughlin to kick off. The lane opens here. He's past the 30.
And he nearly broke that for more, but as it is, still a good return. They'll start the drive right around the 37.
At the line, prepping for their next drive, the Bears offense.
Play action. Now Williams. There's a short throw. It's caught by Kmet.
And he'll take this to the other side of midfield before going out of bounds.
And the Bears first down. First and 10 at the 49-yard line.
On first down, Luke. And a 6-yard gain gets him right around the 43.
The Bears at 4-3, a game over 500. And they come in on a pretty good roll here, winners of 3 straight.
And I thought they played pretty well last week. Their execution, their discipline, their resilience, all on display in that victory.
They go back to the ground, this time Swift.
And nothing doing. He's immediately taken down at the line of scrimmage. Just a yard on the pickup there, and it'll leave them with a 3rd and 3.
3rd and 3.
We've hit the 2-minute mark of the second quarter, 14-7. A good chance this is 4-down territory if they're unable to convert. But right now looking at a 3rd and 3.
They'll try and run here with Swift.
And he's able to get it to the 33. Good enough for a first down. And they get 10 yards there and convert on 3rd.
Well, partner, what do you think? Might have been 4-down territory if they didn't pick it up, but...
Yeah, it's a moot point now. I was curious, though, if they didn't get it there, would they have gone for it? I guess we'll never know.
Yeah, we didn't have to make that call, but I have a feeling both of us would have said, go for it.
Williams looking to do it himself. Over the middle, that's to Loveland, the tight end.
And he gets this one inside the 15, just a yard or 2 shy of the 10. A good pickup there, 21 yards.
From down at the 12, it's 1st and 10. Here's Williams.
And he's got his man in stride, complete. And he takes this one in for a Bears touchdown. Cole Kmet, his 2nd touchdown on the season. And the Bears are an extra point away from tying the ballgame here in the final minute of the first half. Santos able to tack on the extra point. And that is going to tie our game as we approach halftime.
Cairo Santos to kick off for Chicago.
This one tied at 4. 13 now as he sends this one away. Here we go on the return from the 1-yard line. And he'll take it up past the 25 to the 26-yard line. Well, the Bucs going to take over now late in this first half. And with a little under a minute to play, they may be looking to pick up some yardage here, maybe try and come up with a field goal to seize the lead before intermission. Throwing, Mayfield. He's got Otten on the out route. And he'll be out of bounds, but able to get it up past the 45. That good for 21 yards on the catch and run. A big hitter to start the drive has him up near midfield here for 1st and 10. To throw, Mayfield. Finding Otten once more. And he is tackled inside the 40, not quite to the 35. Now the Bucs going to use the first of their timeouts as they'll stop it with just over 40 seconds to go in the first half. Mayfield. That's complete. It's Chris Godwin. The Bucs going to go ahead and use the second of their timeouts as it'll come with 36 ticks to go in half number 1.
My goodness, they've come out locked in on this drive. Play calling, execution, they are fully in sync. 3 straight passes, 3 first downs. They're moving the ball downfield almost at will. This defense really struggling to find answers.
And that one drops down, incomplete. Good coverage there, forced the ball free, and it's 2nd down. They'll throw again. Here's Mayfield. Open man is Ibuka. The Bucs forced to use their 3rd and final timeout. So as they talk it over, we step aside. 3rd down and 1. Now Mayfield. He'll try to pick it up himself. And he can't quite get there. Tackled down at the 1.
It's a gain of 11. That's good for a first down. 1st and goal, Tampa Bay.
Working out of the gun. Mayfield to the end zone, but it's incomplete.
To this point, I've been impressed with the work defensively. They have not allowed a lot of receivers to run free. And there's another example, another incompletion.
2 of their 3 red zone trips so far they've come up empty on. They'll look to reverse that trend on 2nd and goal. And he hauls it in for the Buccaneer touchdown. Cade Otten in the final seconds of the first half. And the Buccaneers have taken the lead here in the final stages of this first half. Well, that's just how they drew it up, CD. His first read was there, got it to him quickly, and into the end zone.
Absolutely excellent execution by all involved. And the coordinator, got to give him credit, found the perfect play call. Quarterback let it fly as soon as the target came free, and his guy made a nice catch. Just how you draw it up in practice and then execute it in the game.
So just 8 ticks remaining here in the first half as they'll kick this one away. And here comes a return from a few steps into the end zone. And the decision to bring it out, kind of a costly one, as he won't make it back to the 20. The Bears offense ready to go for their next drive. And only 6 seconds on the clock, so time likely for just 1 play. To throw, Williams. Going for the deep ball. And he bats it away, and it falls down incomplete. Halftime coming up. We'll move right through the break then, skipping halftime and back to the field for the start of the second half. Welcome back. Halftime over. We are ready for quarter number 3. Alongside Charles Davis, I'm Brandon Gaudin. Oh, a good-looking return set up here. And he's all the way up across the 40 and down at the 42. Great return. At the line, prepping for their next drive, the Bears offense. Well, out of the locker rooms here they come. Their first drive of the third quarter. And, Charles, they're trailing in this ball game, but we got a tight one and set up to be a very entertaining second half.
And as we know, partner, in the NFL, there's trailing and there's trailing, right? Sometimes you're discouraged by how much you're down, but in this case, this is a tight ball game, so there's a sense of optimism here. I think they went into half and looked at their play sheet and said, these are the plays we really like. What do you say we use them to start the second half and get us going?
And he'll go down, but not before getting this inside the 30.
95 yards rushing for him so far as his terrific season continues here. Man, I just love being in this stadium. So much history, tradition, so many great teams and games, and we're seeing a pretty good one right now. Hotly contested in the third quarter.
And he's going to be met at the line of scrimmage and taken down.
Here's 2nd and 10.
On the play. Brings up 2nd and 10. At the Buccaneers' 28-yard line.
To throw, it's Williams.
This is caught. And they are able to stop him, but he does take it all the way to the 2.
26 yards.
A good pickup there, 26 yards.
Bears, first down. First and goal at the 2-yard line.
They'll try and run for it on first and goal. And he is going to be stopped cold behind the line of scrimmage. That's going to go as a loss of a yard, and it'll be second down.
Brings up 2nd and goal at the 3-yard line.
Ready to run.
They'll run with Swift.
And this is not going to do it as he's stopped at the 2-yard line. The second down play, not much better than the first, just a gain of 1 there. 2 straight shots on the ground. Now on third, do you go to the air?
I think the possibility exists, and if you're doing it, you're probably going play action since you ran it twice.
And he'll get into the end zone. Touchdown, Chicago. Taking it in from 2 yards out. And the Bears are an extra point away now from tying this ball game. Santos with the extra point, and we are tied at 21.
Cairo Santos to kick off for Chicago.
So a tie ball game here as the kick's away.
To return is Kenneth Gainwell. And he'll be stopped up at the 25. The Buccaneers offense and their running back, Bucky Irving, getting ready to go back to work. And we show you the NFL leaders in rushing touchdowns. And you can see where he's right up there amongst the league's best at finding the end zone.
The Tampa offense ready to get their drive started.
Their halftime lead now evaporated. We're back to level following that touchdown a moment ago.
And that shouldn't change the mindset a whole lot.
Breaks the tackle. He's got room to run. And they get him down, but not before he takes it across the 40-yard line. That's a good way to start the drive. 17 yards and a first down.
First and 10 at the 42-yard line.
Baker going to give it to Irving. And this one not going anywhere. They get him at the 44 for a gain of just a yard.
Well, they're hoping that the second half is better for him than the first half. They've got to find a way to get him going. He's a big part of their offense.
2nd and 9 from the 44.
Mayfield looks to throw.
Throw left side, hauled in by Otten.
And he's going to have another first down as the tackle's made here at the Bears' 42. They give him 14 yards that time and a fresh set of downs.
First and 10 at the 42.
And that was good protection there. No, that was great protection there because it allowed him to lock in on his receiver. Although I think he was looking for his tight end on the corner route all the way. Nice connection there for a really nice gain.
So into Bear territory now. This is 1st and 10 at the 42-yard line.
180.
Straight ahead, it's Irvin. And he's got it to about the 40.
I'd say they've got to find a way to get him going. He's such a big part of their offense. I wonder if they might throw it a little and come back to the run.
Anything, because you're right. He's pretty much been completely neutralized.
Here's a 2nd and 8.
From the gun, Mayfield. Out route, and the ball is caught by Godwin. And he's going to have another first down as the tackle's made here at the Bears' 29-yard line.
I'll tell you what, a lot of those mid-range throws have been available because sometimes teams get too concerned about the deep ball and they leave too much space in front of them, and these guys have been taking advantage so far.
This one complete to his fullback out of the backfield.
Complete to number 36. 2 yards on the pickup. It's 2nd and 8 at the 28-yard line.
And they're not going to get to the line to run another play. So we will switch ends as the third quarter has come to a close. You are watching the NFL on EA Sports. Back now at Soldier Field. All even as we get ready to start the fourth.
This is 2nd and 8.
They'll set up to throw.
And this throw incomplete. And the defender all over him that time, but it's going to lead to 3rd down. They'll be in search of 8 yards here as they hope to convert the first down.
180.
Mayfield with it once more.
There's a short one taken in by Otten.
And he's into the end zone. Touchdown, Buccaneers.
Cade Otten
with his 2nd touchdown of the game, 4th of the year.
And the Bucs answer back with a touchdown of their own to break our tie and take the lead here in the 4th.
McLaughlin now to have the PAT. And it's good. That makes it a 28-21 game. So that one an 8-play drive. It spans 75 yards.
And Cade Otten capped things off with a touchdown grab.
Following the touchdown, here's McLaughlin to kick off.
He takes this near the 25, just a little past there, call it the 26. Another drive coming up for this Chicago offense. They now trail by 7 after that last touchdown here in the 4th quarter. What a big spot for this offense. See if they can cobble something together on this drive. That's caught left side, Burden.
And they're able to get this one across the 35.
A gain of 10 yards.
Line of scrimmage, the 37 on 1st and 10.
First down. 1st and 10.
They'll fake the give. Now Williams. There's a short throw. It's caught by Kmet.
It'll go as a gain of 4. And that's going to bring up 2nd down.
Gain of 4. It's now 2nd and 6 at the 41-yard line.
They'll try the left side. Luke. 2 yards the gain there, and now they're left with a 3rd and about 4 for a first. The completion on 1st didn't get much, and now the run on 2nd doesn't get a whole lot either.
Well, if you're a good play caller, you've already looked ahead and anticipated this type of situation. Already down in his play sheet, trying to dial up a big 3rd down play.
Looking to throw is Williams.
Oh, the Buccaneer pressure too much. Down he goes. He couldn't get away there on third down. The pressure too much, and he's sacked for a loss of 12.
On fourth down, here's Williams.
And it's going to be batted down, and we'll go the other way with the football. The Bears tried it on fourth down, unable to convert. And that will force a turnover on downs. They'll come out throwing here on first down.
Oh, he's got Ibuka. That's complete.
And he's into the end zone for a Tampa Bay touchdown.
Touchdown, Tampa Bay.
Emeka Ibuka.
30 yards.
And the Bucs look like they're going to get back in the win column as they extend their lead here in this fourth quarter.
McLaughlin for the extra point. And he's been a busy man, 5 for 5 now as he knocks another one through to extend the lead. A nice tidy little drive there, getting the ball in excellent field position and only one play to score it.
Chase McLaughlin.
Following the touchdown, here's McLaughlin to kick off.
And a nice return sets him up pretty good here right at the 30-yard line. The Bears offense and their running back getting ready to go back to work. And he has put in a full game's work and then some. Just an incredible performance on the ground to this point in the fourth quarter. The Bears offense ready to go for their next drive. Well, Charles, you remember their last drive. They went for it on fourth down, didn't get it, but you understand why they did in this close game late. Now, though, the road back is even tougher.
Yeah, no doubt about it. And it was fair to look back and say the fourth down was the moment where this one was decided. But as you mentioned, understandable about why they went for it. But, hey, a lot of credit to the guys on the defensive side of the ball. They knew they'd have to defend in that situation, and they got it done.
And they're going to speed things up here.
First and 10 at the 39-yard line.
Throwing is Williams.
And he takes a shot on the release as this will be incomplete.
We've seen this quite a few times in this game. Offensive line unable to keep leverage, unable to keep people away, facing a lot of pressure. Fortunate just to get rid of it.
One of the reasons they're down is that inability, though, to stop the pressure. We saw another example of it there.
To the air, Williams.
And this is caught inside the 5. Touchdown, Chicago. A great effort there. He scored on the ground and through the air. And the Bears have made it a one-score game again here in the fourth. Santos now to add the PAT. And that'll cut the lead down now to a touchdown. Just a 4-play drive that time. And it culminates in a touchdown for Chicago.
Cairo Santos to kick off for Chicago.
Now after the touchdown, here's Santos to kick this one away.
Taking it about the 1. And he'll get it up across the 20 to the 21-yard line.
And Tampa Bay trots out there now.
Their lead back down to 1 score after the touchdown a moment ago. First down's a must on this drive as they start out here 1st and 10. On the ground, it's Irving to start the drive.
And running room scarce here. He's going to be stopped in his tracks at the line of scrimmage. Officially no gain on the play, and it's 2nd down.
The 21-yard line.
They'll stay on the ground with Irving.
And he'll be corralled right around the 34. This defense, Charles, they have unraveled here in the 4th.
In a sense, it's like they're being pressed like in a basketball game, and they just can't get the ball over half court. I mean, no matter what they do, they can't get off the field. They can't slow them down. They're just going up and down the field against them. Yeah, unraveling would be a perfect word for them.
4th quarter, down to the final 2 minutes, and we've got a 1-score game. Not totally home free yet, but it's looking good as they come up 1st and 10. Now a give, Irving running right.
Well, I think this defense knew what was coming as he is smothered behind the line. And now right out of the 2-minute break, we'll get a timeout used defensively with 1:56 to go. Second and long, but you got to figure this almost certainly another run. Mayfield. He's got a man complete. And all the way down to the 22-yard line.
That's good.
I just love how they're going about trying to finish off this game. This is not an offense that's going to go into its shell. They're going to keep exploiting weaknesses where they see them. And that's a huge pickup there with the game in the balance.
5 points of contact necessary at this stage as they'll run on 1st down.
Now the Bears going to use the second of their timeouts as they stop it here with 1:07 remaining.
I like it. I like the call. Still an opportunity to run the football and chew up a little more time off the clock.
So they come up on 2nd down, and they can get another run like we just saw. Would likely put an end to this thing.
A shotgun handoff here to Irving.
Now the Bears will use their 3rd and final timeout. And as the two teams talk it over on their respective sidelines, we take a break. Play number 7 now coming up on the drive. 3rd and 5.
Trying to take this home, they'll run.
And they'll get him down right around the 16.
Brandon, one thing about blitzes, they really confuse offensive linemen at times, and what you have to do is lock in on the guy right in front of you. If you don't, you saw the end result. Defensive tackle ended up making the play.
So now one of the biggest kicks of the night is forthcoming. This to perhaps salt this one away. And his kick is good.
So after 5 touchdowns offensively, hey, maybe it's time to get the kicker a little work, and he's able to connect there.
I love that empathetic side of you. You're worried about him getting some action, getting to be a part of the game. Well, he got in and got it done.
And no thought of bringing this one out. He'll go down to a knee, and they'll begin at the 35-yard line. The home team's offense and their running back getting set to go once more. And it's hard to believe you could run the ball a whole lot better than he has. The vision, the cutback ability, the acceleration, it's all been on display throughout. They'll come up 1st and 10 here.
Throwing to start the drive. Williams. He's going to let it fly. That's going to be knocked away and incomplete.
Zone coverage there, and they were playing deep. That makes it obviously a little bit harder to run by guys. And that time, there was not much of a window to get the ball in there, and it winds up incomplete.
They'll come up now on 2nd down.
Looking to throw. Williams. Now a desperation throw deep downfield. And this is caught. And he is into the end zone for the touchdown. So they still need a miracle with the clock where it's at, but they get one piece to the puzzle done.
Still have hope.
Problem for them, they needed that score with a little more time left on the clock. I think just too little too late now.
I would agree with that, and we're programmed never to say never. But in this case, we're asking a lot for them to even think they have a chance.
Bears 35.
So with just a few ticks left, they need a miracle.
To kick off for Chicago.
And the Bucs are on this one. And that should just about do it. They had to go for it with no timeouts remaining, though now. This one's as good as over.
They gave it an effort. They tried their best, did everything they could to try and get the ball on the onside kick. You're exactly right. They had to try it. It was their only option. And now this game is done. Just take it, kneel, and call it a day.
So he'll take a knee here to wrap this one up, and he's going to want to keep that game ball. He was sensational.
So no shortage of offense in this game, but a very clean game too, Charles. Each side got its points, but they did so without committing a single turnover.
That's so true, and it certainly felt like NFL football.